Now imagine waiting for 3 years for prices to recover, and they don't. Or buying in 2026 thinking the worst year is over, only to realize not every segment is recovering equally. 2025 was a survival mode, and 2026 is a strategy. And this year won't be dramatic, but it will separate informed buyers and sellers from the emotion. In today's video, I am breaking down three. So the very first one is who will benefit in 2026, which segments are still struggling, and how to position yourself correctly in the Waterloo region. Now, if you live in Kitchener, Waterloo, or Cambridge, this matters to you if you are a homeowner, a landlord, or a buyer. Now let's see what is actually happening in 2026 in just few couple of months. Now the market is more stable but not strong compared to the last couple of years. Now interest rate appears to have stabilized around 4% based on the data that we have, and that psychological stability is bringing off buyers from the sideline. But here's what most people misunderstand. Stable rates does not mean a price boom. We are entering a balanced market environment, and in some segments, we may even see a slight price softening as the years progress. And this is what I mean by different segment. Now, if you see month of inventory for the last month, the overall month of inventory is roughly about 2.5 months in February. But if you see in a condo segment, it's a 6.3 months of inventory, whereas in all other freehold products like single family, townhomes, and semi detached, it's at 1.9, 3 months, and zero point 0.8 months. So we are pretty much at a seller's market or a heavy seller's market in some category as well. Now, real estate cycle don't recover all at once. In Waterloo region, here's what happening right now. The very first thing it's happening, what I'm seeing is like all the established neighborhood or where people want to move in because of the good school district, a family friendly neighborhood are performing well. And the other factor is like if they have a good transit, they are doing well. Or there are some streets in the whole Waterloo which is very coveted, very limited supply, they are performing well. So basically, what I'm trying to say is like strong end user appeal is there. Now, think mature areas where family actually want to live on a long-term basis, and these homes are bought by the end users and not by the investors. On the other hand, there are some pockets in the area which is like investor heavy, they are not performing well, or there are certain neighborhoods which have seen a major rapid growth in 21 and 2022, or a cookie cutter townhomes and things like that are not performing well. And of course, we will always have some fringe neighborhoods that is like it's given in any city or any region. The other segment, based on the data, what we have seen is like the high rise condo segment. With the inventory and everything, if it's priced well, it will move. But again, buyers have so many options to choose from. So, two similar homes, 3 street apart, can have a completely different outcome in 2026. Most of the time, headline shows average prices, but that's not the one that you should focus on. Check out the median price point and actually the segment that it which you are focused on. Now, let's talk about first time home buyers. Are things better than 2023? The short answer is yes. Rates are near to 4% instead of 6%. Townhomes prices are lower than the fee. And the reason I mentioned townhomes because that is the number one category where entry level first time home buyers wants to go or jump into. And if you see a monthly payment, it's lower by few $100s, so it's basically cheap. But ownership is still financially tied based on all the other economic factors as well. Now, demand still exists, but it's very cautious. And buyers today are comparing everything. We have House Sigma data is given down there, and everything they are negotiating aggressively, and they're also happy to walk away quickly because we have seen, like especially in the condo, we have multiple options, and if not this, then the other property will hit the market. So this is not something like they are buying emotionally as we have seen 20 in 2021. They are buying analytically, which is healthy. Now let's talk about investors and landlords. Now the rent boom of 2022 and 2023 is over. Rents across Waterloo region have been steadily declining. Vacancy rates are elevated The other factor in this one is like the purpose built rental and adding up demand inventory in this one, and this is crushing small investors or small landlords are feeling pressure right now. And if you are a cash flow negative, you need to run your numbers very carefully. Many condo owners are sitting right now at the pre 2020 price levels. So if you're holding that condo unit, you need to ask, does it really make sense to hold that condo unit? Or are you only holding it because it's emotional? As a small investors, you need to think as an investor rather than holding that property, what numbers make sense for you. And for short-term condo buyers, renting may actually makes more sense in 2026. The other segment is also like something called stacked townhomes. I made a video over here, which is a really nice segment for first-time home buyer or someone who's considering condo. And stacked townhomes is a really nice segment. Do check out that video as well. Now let's talk about the biggest loser in this one, and I'll be very direct in this. The condo segment has been hit the hardest, and it's no surprise everyone knows about it. As of late 2025, many condos are back to pre-2020 price. Investor demand is weak right now, which is given, and the rent comparison or the rent compression is happening, and which is real. If you see the rental.ca data, like because of the purpose built rental, the rent is coming down month on month basis. And the new construction pipeline is very thin right now. The same thing, like developers are also struggling to launch high rise projects because pre sale absorption is really, really low. And I expect this to continue through 2026 and possibly beyond as well, maybe a first few months of 2027 as well. Now, let's talk about new construction and freehold homes. Now, this is where the opportunity exists. Detached and freehold properties are moving steadily, as we can see from the data, like single family 1.9 month of inventory. So that's a heavy seller's market. And in some cases, builder pricing actually makes more sense than resale property. I've been working with a buyer right now. They are looking at 3,500 square feet new home. And when we check the number with the builder, it's coming at roughly about $1.35 million. Whereas if we check in the resale in the same category, the numbers are way higher than that, close to 1.5 to 1.6. Again, there are certain reasons because of the mature neighborhood lot size and so much more, but still the gap is higher in certain categories. But this is critical. If you're buying a pre-construction, do your due diligence very properly. Ask about incentives, ask about assignment laws, ask about the closing fees and everything in that. No, don't just go for the price. And if someone is pushing pre-construction project, go for that. Understand the risk associated with the pre-con project or a pre-con detach or any kind of pre-con segment in that one. Understand the track record of the builder and things like. And this is your due diligence. Now let's see what sellers need to understand. Now, if you're a seller and delaying your listing, waiting for a sharp rebound, you may be waiting longer than you expect. 2026 is not shaping up to be a surge here by any means. So if you're a seller, there are certain things that is very important. The very first one is the strategic pricing. Position yourself very strong. Understand the inventory in your neighborhood. If your house is similar to 10 other listed in that area, you might be a not with a not a, as a strong position. Have plan A, B, C, not just a straightforward sign on the lawn and it will get sold. It's not 2021 or 2022. You need to have plan A, B, and C. And also understand this, a lot of new inventory in 2026 is actually relisted 2025 inventory. So buyers have already seen it before, and buyers are not full in this market. And if your home does not stand out, it will. Now let's talk about the big picture, which is like government and macro factors that could affect this one. Now, over the last few years, we have seen FHSA rollout. That is the first home saving account. By the way, that is an excellent product for first time home buyer. I'll make a detailed video over here if you want to check out. If you're a first time home buyer, you should definitely get into that. The other factors like city wise is like multi-unit zoning, which is happening. If you have a single detached property, you can build up to 4 units on that one in Kitchener, which is excellent from the city. Permits are streamlining. Again, there are some issues, but again, it's streamlining a little bit. development charges discussion. Many regions have lowered their development charges. We have also seen like a new pre-construction home rebates coming up, HST, GST rebates. Again, it's not approved yet, but it's coming up. So government, cities, everyone is promoting people to come into the market, jump into the market and buy. And none of this will create an instant coup. They will create a gradual stabilization. And that's what 2026 will look like. 2026, it's not dramatic, it's steady, it's selective, and it's strategic. Some people will quietly win in this market, and others will stay stuck because they are just waiting for the 2021 condition to return. But that cycle is over. And if you're planning to buy, sell, or invest, or even just evaluate your current position, your strategy matters more than timing the perfect month. And every situation is different. Now, if you're in Kitchener, Waterloo, or Cambridge and want a customized game plan, reach out to me. And if you found this video and breakdown helpful, do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.